Good morning, pugilist fanatics. This is Myron Magnus, and you're listening to a segment of Boxing Logics United. A good sub of mine, A. Dean, asked me a question at the live last night. And the question was about, of course, Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Anthony Joshua. And the question was, isn't Andy Ruiz Jr.'s style just bad or all wrong for Anthony Joshua? And it all goes down to this his style is just bad for Anthony Joshua, and this styles make fights thing. And what I want to say or explain or pontificate do this thing styles make fights. The question you want to ask, or I will ask, is what does that actually mean? People are saying Andy Ruiz Jr.'s style is just bad for Anthony Joshua. And I find it hard for me to wrap my brain around that, because I think Anthony Joshua, if it's altered, style is bad for Ruiz Jr. Anthony Joshua has the height, the reach, and probably the power advantage, but he has the height and reach advantage. Anthony Joshua fought the style we all think he should have fought that night, which is use his height and his reach advantage over Andy Ruiz Jr. Isn't Anthony Joshua's style all wrong for Andy Ruiz Jr. too? Okay? The thing is, I believe, is Anthony Joshua doesn't have enough comfortability with Andy Ruiz Jr. Size and stature. But that comfortability comes with repetition of fighting a whole lot of fighters Andy Ruiz Jr.'s size and the way he fights. So when people say styles make fights or whatever, or Andy Ruiz Jr.'s style is all wrong for Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, I think they just don't understand that Anthony Joshua has said it a couple of times, he like fighter opponents his size. Well, all I believe is Anthony Joshua needs to have a training camp completely with guys Andy Ruiz size, so he could build more familiarity with the style, with the shorter fighters, and that will build up more comfortability. The more comfortable you are with a fighter and their stature, style, whatever they bring, okay, or should I say the more familiar you are with it, the more practice you have against it every day, every practice, in and out, okay, the more comfortable you're going to be with it. Because one thing that debunks that whole idea to me, styles make fights, or Andy Ruiz Jr. style is all wrong for Anthony Joshua because he's short, stocky, and he fights from, okay, low and up, is that we always say a better big fighter always beats a good small fighter. Don't we always say that? Or ain't that what we say? A good big man always beats a good little man. We always say that. So if a really, really good big man who got the technique and style is always going to beat the little man with a technique and style. And we say that as far as comparing the weight divisions. Okay? As far as the heavyweights to a middleweight. welterweight and further down. But that same thing pretty much carries even if you're dealing with the heavyweights. A big heavyweight, okay, that has a height reach advantage, okay, should beat handily if he have enough familiarity and is comfortable with fighting a shorter fighter. Should be able to handle them pretty easily because he has all the advantages. You know what I'm saying? The shorter fighter can get to that body, but he still has to get past that reach advantage by the bigger, taller, longer fighter. So this whole thing, styles make fights, is really all about familiarity and comfortability that one fighter has with another fighter, or a taller fighter has with a shorter fighter. You know what I mean? That's really all it comes down to. When Muhammad Ali got comfortable with Joe Frazier style, he was able to beat him. Joe Frazier got one, Muhammad Ali got two of them. So again, Andy Ruiz Jr. is used to fighting taller opponents for most of his career. That's what he used to. So he is more, since he's more familiar with fighting a taller fighter, he's more comfortable with it. You understand what I'm saying? Or a much taller fighter. He's more comfortable with it. So it doesn't bother his psyche as much as, say, Anthony Joshua, who is a tall fighter fighting fighters that are much shorter, that come from the lower body, work from the body up, or what have you. And that's really all it boils down to. Familiarity and comfortability. Familiarity and comfortability. When Joshua needs to have a training camp fighting shorter fighters, all of them 6'2" or lower. He fighters, have a whole training camp of fighters of nothing but 6'2" and down, pretty much. By the time it comes to the rematch, he'll be comfortable because he is more familiar with fighting and then tuned his reactions, his habits to become a second nature of fighting a fighter that's shorter stature, that's compact, who's gonna come work from low up. And that's all it really boils down to, okay? Familiarity brings comfortability. This is Myron Magnus, and you listen to a segment of Boxing Logics. All right, y'all? One love and have a beautiful day.